Welcome back in, everyone, to the Let's Talk Sports monthly podcast. Joining me today is my co-host, making his debut, Corbin Elliott to the pod. Corbin, how you doing on this fine Friday here in May now?
Very okay, but we're rolling.
That's good to hear. And as always, I'm Max Holtzclaw, one of the tennis coaches around here, as well as the head of the radio and TV department. Joining us behind the scenes today is Nick Himes. Nick, go ahead and give yourself a shout-out on camera there.
What's up, guys?
Nick joining us in, had to pull these guys out of class, but we are ready to go, ready to get this rolling. Corbin, spring sports, you're part of the spring sports. So far, how's the spring been for you?
So far, it's been pretty mediocre, but last night, 2 nights ago, during one of our matches, golf matches, it went pretty well. So hopefully we can take some of that action that happened a few nights ago and just help us push us through the season. So.
Absolutely. Now, so we're going to go ahead and dive into this stuff. There's a lot to get through. Spring sports are in full effect, so we're going to get you guys the recap to kind of keep us up to date with everything going on with the Greenfield sports. Starting off with the women's track and field. Starting off the season, they did compete on April 8th at Beech Grove in a tri-meet, and they won with a score of 93 points over Southport. 9 of 15 events were won, including the 4x8 relay team of Cooksey, Gordon, Ray, and Kinnaman, the 100 hurdles of Addison Buckley, 1600 with Josie Kinnaman, the 4x100 relay of Smith, Sonsini, Baker, Gardner, 300 hurdles of Buckley, 800 with Kinnaman, the 4x4 relay of Jay Smith, Silcox, Baker, Gardner, and then pole vault was won by Rainier and shot put was won by Hill. So a good job for them in that night, winning a number of events. April 15th, they went to Newcastle, also won there against Newcastle and Eastern Hancock with 77 points over Newcastle's 58. Again, a number of winners, but some of the winners that night include Chloe Gardner, Brooklyn McConnell, Josie Kinnaman, Jalen Smith, Maddie Sonsini, Rachel Baker, Chloe Gardner again, Taylor Cooksey, Harper Ray, Adeline Cole, Josie Kinnaman, Hadley Hill, and Evelyn Sheeney. So a number of winners once again for our girls. At the Joe Schott Twilight Invite on April 18th at Decatur Central, we did finish 4th as a team, so congrats to those girls on that night. We did have some event champions and a number of teams competing. The 300 hurdles were won by Addison Buckley, and Maddie Sonsini won the high jump event. On April 21st at home, we did lose to Southport, but again, Addison Buckley continued her kind of dominance so far this year, winning the 300 hurdles alongside Josie Kinnaman, Adeline Cole, Maddie Sonsini, Gabriella Rainier, Hadley Hill, and Evelyn Sheeney, also continuing to get some wins under their belt. On April 23rd, they went to Noblesville and finished 5th at the invite over there, with Addison Buckley once again winning her event at the 300 hurdles, as well as Josie Kinnaman and Maddie Sonsini getting some great work, getting second places in the 1600 and high jump. We did go on and finish second at the Guerin Catholic Invitational on April 26th at Guerin Catholic. We scored 117 points, just behind Mount Vernon at 128. Addison Buckley won her hurdles events at the 100 and 300 hurdles, and a number of runner-ups, including Olivia Cleveland in pole vault, Evelyn Sheeney in discus, the 4x1 team of Jalen Smith, Madison Sonsini, Rachel Baker, and Chloe Gardner, and the 4x4 relay team of Rachel Baker, Taylor Cooksey, Chloe Gardner, and Brooklyn McConnell. They did compete on Tuesday at Pendleton Heights, the April 29th event at the Pendleton Heights Girls Invite. They finished 5th as a team with 58 points. Their next in action this Saturday, May 3rd, at Kokomo for the Kokomo Relays. So a lot going on with our girls track and field team. Obviously a lot of names to kind of go through. But so far they're doing a great job getting a lot of events won. Obviously one of the names that stood out is Addison Buckley. She's doing a great job in the hurdles over there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously from what you just said, and I've known her forever. I honestly didn't even know that she ran track. So it's cool to see that she's doing so well.
Nick, you were at that Pendleton Heights invite on Tuesday, weren't you?
Yeah, I was.
How did that go? I know there was like some rain and some lightning delay over there too.
Yeah. I don't know. I wasn't really watching like the actual running. I was more focused on taking pictures. I wasn't there for like Greenfield. I was there for Pendleton because I know somebody. I was trying to get some tough flicks for their IG. So I can't really talk about like the track part. I was more there for some photography, but that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Well, thanks for that input there, Nick. We appreciate it.
Of course.
And then, Corbin, why don't you take us away with the men's track and field now?
Yeah, men's track and field finished second to Southport at Beech Grove in a tri-meet against Beech Grove and Southport on April 8th. Event winners include Bradley Strevler, Vaughn Quigley, Henry Ray, Bryce Cotterman, Peter Hummel, and Michael Peterson. Peter Hummel again won the 1600, and the 4x100 team of Ian Irwin, Austin Kinzer, Jordan Jones, and Jalen Stuckey picked up the win in their category. Jalen Stuckey won the 200. Bryce Cotterman won the 3200, and the 4x400 team of Everett Bishop, Garrett Jack, Will Irwin, and Jordan Jones did a great job. On April 10th, we went against New Pal in Shelbyville, and we won 78-61 New Pal at home. The event winners included Henry Ray, Bryce Cotterman, Will Irwin, and David Wasson. And the 100 and 200 was won by Jalen Stuckey. Bryce Cotterman, Will Irwin both won. He won the 1600. Will Irwin won the 800. The 4x400 team of Garrett Jack, Austin Kinzer, Will Irwin, and Jordan Jones won their event. And then for discus and shot put, Vaughn Quigley won. And then for high jump, Bradley Strevler finished first. And then John Stuckey finished first in long jump. So great job to all those boys. On April 15th, we beat Eastern Hancock and Newcastle at Newcastle. We won with 77 points. Eastern Hancock finished with 50, and Newcastle had 40. Event winners included Jalen Stuckey, Ian Irwin, Garrett Jack, Bryce Cotterman, John Stuckey again, Austin Kinzer, Jordan Jones, Jalen Stuckey, Jordan Jones, Everett Bishop, Jalen Stuckey, Ian Irwin. And then in the 4x800, Ben Flora, Isaac Birdie, Hunter Wiswell, and Josiah Johnson won their event. And then, again, Bradley Strevler won high jump again. Liam Taylor got his first place finish in pole vault. And then Vaughn Quigley won in shot put and discus. And then at the Decatur Central Joe Shot Twilight Invite, we finished third with 79 points. That was on April 18th. Event winners include Jalen Stuckey in the 100, Jordan Jones in the 400, Bryce Cotterman in the 800, Jalen Stuckey in the 200 again, and the 4x400 event of Garrett Jack, Everett Bishop, Jordan Jones, and Ian Irwin. And then we tied with Southport on 66 points each at home on April 21st. Event winners included Zach Blevins for shot put, Vaughn Quigley for discus, Jalen Stuckey in the 100 and 200, and the 4x100 team of John Stuckey, Austin Kinzer, Jordan Jones, and Jalen Stuckey. Bryce Cotterman won the 1600, and Jordan Jones won in the 800. Three underclassmen competed at the Carmel Distance Showcase on April 25th. This includes Otto Sickles, Jack Waite, and Bryce Cotterman, all PR'd in their 3200 races, so congrats to them. We actually won the Garin Catholic Invite on April 26th. We won with 136 points over second place Hamilton Heights with 129. Event winners include Everett Bishop, who won the 300-meter hurdles. Vaughn Quigley won distance. Bradley Strever with high jump. The 4x100-meter relay team of John Stuckey, Austin Kinzer, Jordan Jones, and Jalen Stuckey. The 4x400-meter relay team of Garrett Jack, Everett Bishop, Will Irwin, and Jordan Jones won their event. John Stuckey also came in second in the 200-meter dash with a time of 22.26, a tenth of a second better than school record holder Kirk Knet at a 22.16. Congratulations to him. And then on April 29th at Noblesville for the Noblesville Invite, we finished fourth as a team, and Bradley Strever won high jump, Zach Blevins won discus in their events that night. Next in action, Saturday, May 3rd at Kokomo for the Kokomo Relays.
Yeah, so a lot going on with our men's track and field, too. Obviously, Jalen Stuckey, a tenth of a second behind our school record holder, which is awesome to see. Yeah. So he's definitely on his way to getting up there, too.
Yeah, by the end of the season, 100%.
Right. And then also want to give a special shout-out to our radio and TV guys. Bryce Cotterman's in here right now, so congrats to Bryce on doing some great work in the distance. And then David Wasson, former radio TV guy, who was able to win his event. So congrats to you guys out there with the track and field. We'll carry this on with something that's a little bit more near and dear to me with the women's tennis team, obviously helping out with that. So we started off the season beating Blue River Valley 3-2 on April 8th at Blue River. The winners on the night were Claire Davidson, Tanessa O'Neill, and the doubles team of Lauren Page and Lucy Stewart. So congrats to those girls on winning that night. Turned around and lost our home opener on April 10th to Alexandria 2-3, which was a huge improvement from where we were last year. Kate Gilkison dominated in the one single spot, winning 6-1, 6-0, and then Claire Davidson came out in some tough matches, winning in 2 tiebreaker sets, 7-6, 7-6. The one doubles team of Cadence Ham and Anna McQueenie lost in a third set tiebreaker, and Tanessa O'Neill at 3 singles lost in a third set as well, 4-6. So some close matches there. Unfortunately, couldn't come out ahead. We then lost the HHC opener to number 23 ranked Delta 05 on April 14th at home. Kate had the closest match on the night, losing 5-7, 4-6. So a tough competitor there. On April 15th at home, we were able to play against Morristown. We had the opportunity of starting our JV girls for a varsity night. So we had Audrey Markham, Lila Wagner, Nevaeh Carmichael, Shaylee Fry, Bella Hurst were all able to win in straight sets at 1 singles, 1 doubles, and 2 doubles, respectively. Audrey Hart won a thrilling 3-6, 7-6, 12-10 match at 3 singles that night. So we were able to come out with a 4-1 victory against Morristown with our JV girls starting and leading the way. On April 16th, we went to Lawrence Central, and we won 5-0, so a clean sweep across the board for Kate Gilkison, Claire Davidson, Tanessa O'Neill, Cadence Ham, Anna McQueenie, and Lauren Page and Lucy Stewart. On April 22nd at home, we won 4-1 against LaPel with Kate, Claire, Lauren Page, and Lucy Stewart winning in straight sets. And then Cadence Ham and Anna McQueenie battled back to winning a third set super tiebreak with a final scoreline of 6-7, 6-4, and 13-11. We turned around. We had to play against Mount Vernon, also ranked in the top 25 at the time. They did beat us 5-0 that night, but Claire had a tight contest at 2 singles, losing 6-7, 6-4, 10-3. At the county tournament, we finished third, losing to Mount Vernon New Pal, but we were able to come out ahead over Eastern Hancock. Kate finished second in the 1 singles flight. Cadence Ham and Anna McQueenie and Lauren Page and Lucy Stewart finished third in their doubles flights. And then then yesterday we went to Newcastle on May 1st. We were able to beat them to go 3-2. Kate and Tanessa were able to dominate at 1 singles and 3 singles at 6-2, 6-3, and 6-0, 6-2. And then we clinched the match with a 2 doubles win of Lauren Page and Lucy Stewart coming from behind to win 4-6, 6-3, 6-4. Currently, the girls' team are sitting at 6-4, 1-2 in the conference, and we're next in action this Saturday, May 3rd, at the Delta Invitational. So again, a lot of stats coming at you at once, but good news that our women's tennis team is winning right now, and we have won 1 match in conference play, and the girls are looking solid so far.
Yeah, that's great. It's great to hear.
So Corbin will take us away with something a little bit closer to him, some men's golf action.
Yeah, men's golf, a little bit tough start to the year, but we're just catching our stride right now. We're getting things figured out. So in our first match, we lost to New Pal, sadly.
Yeah, that one hurts.
Yeah, and Whiteland. So New Pal posted a 161, Whiteland posted a 175, and we posted a 176. Avery Young carded a 39, and freshman McCoy Wilson posted a 44. Yeah, everyone else pretty much did pretty awful, so those are the 2 best scores we could give you. We lost to Fishers, which honestly, this is the closest we've been in years to beating them. Fishers put up a 157. We put up a 165. Avery Young scored a 40. McCoy Wilson carded a 41, and Corbin Elliott and Trevor Smith both scored a 42. Go me. The JV Cougars defeated Morristown on the road. We beat them 182-220. Anderson was also there, and they posted a 207. This was at Grandview on April 21st. JV Warrior Danny Wooten-Brown led the charge with a 42, so congrats to him. At home, at Hawksdale, we beat Mission Christian Academy 184-193. We played our JV as well. Threw in a varsity guy, though. McCoy Wilson was the standout performer. He carded a 44, and Trenton Smith followed with a 45. At the Whiteland Invitational at Edgewood, the team posted a 365 on 18, and Avery Young carded a best team 81, and I followed with an 89. Everyone else kind of fell off from there, so we're not going to talk about that. And then we lost to Mount Vernon 160-175 on April 28th. Avery carded a 39, and I came out with a 44. And then 2 days ago, we beat Rushville 170-187 on April 30th. That was at Hawkstale at home. I led the way with a 39, and Avery came in with a 41. Currently, we're 4-4 in duels, and we're next in action Tuesday, May 6th at Hawkstale against Triton Central. So, yeah, very cool.
So, looking a little bit at the season so far, Corbin, and looking ahead, how you feeling about the team? I mean, obviously, golf goes in a little bit further than most sports because a sectional action usually takes place in June for you guys.
Yeah, sectionals and regionals. I think I'm feeling good about this year because last year we kind of peaked in the middle of the season, and then we fell off towards the end, and now we're kind of just slowly building. I mean, if we look back against Fishers, I mean, putting up a 40, a 41, and then 2 42s, I mean, that's a solid score for us. And last year our biggest problem was we'd have kids coming in. It was like me, Avery, and then Tyler Young, who graduated. We'd come in with like 38, 38, 39, and then our 4 and 5 would come in with like a 48. So this year, now that we're seeing like our full top 5 varsity come in with lower scores, then once Avery and I, or maybe even Trevor, put some big scores on the board, like some 37s, 38s, then we could really start cooking. So,
okay, yeah. Do you have any words of wisdom as well, Nick? Any advice for Mr. Corbin Elliott?
Probably not. I've never played golf in my life, so I mean, I don't know what I could
Now's as
say.
good a time as any, Nick. You know.
Yeah, no, I mean, I played putt. I mean, that's it, but that's pretty much it. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty. Every time like I tell someone that I've never played golf, they look at me all like weird. Like I'm like, dude, what? Like I don't think it's that normal to play golf.
No, it's really not. It's like a trend now. I swear I started doing it in like I started playing golf in like 8th grade, and then 9th grade people thought it was still weird, and then sophomore year hit and everyone wanted to play golf.
Yeah,
it was so weird. All the baseball guys too, they all play golf now, which is always funny.
I think it's funny, and we talked about this before, but like it always seems to be that after you graduate high school, it just becomes the norm for everyone to want to go out and play golf, no matter if they did or didn't in high school.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fun until it's not.
That's If you could sum up golf in one word or one sentence, it's fun, but it's not.
Yeah.
But we'll go ahead and keep rolling in. We got some softball action that's been going through. Started off by losing to Franklin Central, unfortunately, 15-10 in a shootout on April 10th. Kristen Weininger was 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored. Savannah Ryle went 2 for 4 with a double and 3 RBIs. Leilana Forshee was also 2 for 4 with a 3-run homer and 2 runs scored. So a lot of runs in that game. Unfortunately, could not get the W. We did turn around and beat Madison Grant the next night with Addie Hecox pitching a gem with 6 2/3 innings of work, giving up just 6 hits and 2 runs after Madison Grant started off with a 4-0 lead against the previous pitcher for Addie. She picked up her first win of the season, and Savannah Real went 3 for 4 with 2 doubles, 2 runs scored, and 3 RBIs. Josie White went 2 for 4, scoring 3 times. We beat Westfield on April 16th at Westfield. A wire-to-wire win. Kristen Weininger, once again, 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Josie White, 1 for 3 with a run scored, and Charlotte Real was 3 for 3. Aaliyah Dowdy picked up her second win of the season at that time. Columbus East, we turned around and beat them in their territory 8-2 on April 17th. Weininger, once again, with 4 RBIs and a 3-run homer and a sac fly. Savannah Real went 2 for 3 with a run scored and 2 RBIs, and Charlotte Real, is it Ryle?
It's Ryle.
Okay, Savannah Ryle, right?
It's Charlotte Ryle and then Savannah Ryle, but they're both spelled differently. So I don't know.
Okay, so they're both Ryle.
Yeah.
My apologies. Savannah Ryle, Charlotte Ryle, both did a good job that night. Savannah getting 2 for 3 with a run scored and 2 RBIs. Charlotte 3 for 4 with a double and 2 RBIs. Addie Hecox threw a complete game and got the win on the year. We turned around and beat Franklin Community on April 18th at home. Cougars came back from down 6-2 in the bottom of the third. Charlotte Ryle went 3 for 3 with a double, a walk, and a run scored. Savannah went 2 for 3 with a solo home run, 4 runs scored, and 2 RBIs. Addie Heron went 1 for 4 with a double, a run scored, and 3 RBIs. And Avery Daniels was 2 for 2 with a double, a walk, a run scored, and an RBI. Addie Hecox came in on relief and got her third win of the year. We lost to number 3 ranked Zionsville 7-5 on April 21st. Josie White did have a good game with 2 for 4 with a run scored. Savannah was 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored and a solo home run and an RBI. And then Charlotte was 2 for 4 with a double and 2 RBIs. Unfortunately, we lost to Indian Creek on April 26th at Indian Creek, with Savannah and Charlotte each adding a 2-run homer. Savannah was 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored and 2 RBIs. Charlotte was 2 for 4 with a run scored and 2 RBIs. And then we did lose our HHC opener against Yorktown in 9 innings of work. So if you don't know, softball is 7 innings. So some extra inning action there. On April 30th at home, Savannah Ryle led the way, going 3 for 4 with a double, a 2-run homer, 2 runs scored, and 2 RBIs. Josie White 3 for 3 at the plate with a run scored and 2 walks. So, unfortunately, could not get the win that night. 5-5 on the year, so not a bad start. 0-1 in conference play. Next in action, they do play what'll be tonight, May 2nd, at Mount Vernon. So we do hope we take that county rivalry and go in with a win in that one to kind of get rolling in conference play a little bit more too.
Absolutely. And honestly, looking back at it, I mean, if we only lost to Zionsville, I mean, number 3 ranked, we only lost 7-5. I mean, they're obviously doing a pretty good job on the season, so hopefully they can just keep it going.
Right, and conference play is really starting to peak up for them, and that's a big thing, especially as we get into some more sectional opponents being Mount Vernon, Pendleton, those kinds of teams that we're going to see in the postseason too.
Yeah, absolutely. Baseball beat Newcastle 6-0 at home on April 9th. Gavin Marcus threw 5 and 2/3 innings of a shutout ball with 8 strikes. Jacob Welch had 2 RBIs for the Cougars. They turned around and lost to Noblesville 8-7 on April 14th at Noblesville. Hayden Kidd had 3 hits and 2 RBIs to lead the Cougars. Parker Rhodes had a hit and 2 RBIs. Xander Cobb had a hit and an RBI and a run scored. They turned around and beat Delta on April 16th at home. A 3-run 7th inning got the Cougars the win thanks to Brady Johnson walk-off single. Key small ball plays helped to get the win and a sac fly to squeeze a bunt to tie the game. They lost to Delta 7-4 on April 17th at Delta. Xander Cobb went 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs to lead the offense. Jacob Welch and Carter Ellis each added a hit and run scored. Walker Miller started on the mound and picked up the loss. Bullpen and Prep Baseball Indiana Series at Kokomo. This was the championship park on April 19th. Lost to number 3 Fishers, game 1, 12-3. Xander Cobb had an RBI. Brady Johnson had a run scored, and each went 2 for 4 from the plate. Hayden Zellers had 2 RBIs, and Jacob Welch had a run scored. After that, we lost to number 12, Valparaiso, in our second game, and we lost 5-4. Ethan Ortwine had a hit and 2 RBIs. Hayden Zellers had a hit and an RBI, and Jacob Welch added 2 hits as well. After that, on April 22nd, we beat Yorktown 6-7 at home. We were down by 3 runs entering the bottom of the 7th, and the Cougars rallied behind hits from Hayden Zellers and Hayden Kidd before Cooper Stafford sealed the win with a walk-off RBI single. Zellers went 2 for 3 with 4 RBIs and 2 stolen bases. Jacob Welch added 2 hits and 2 runs scored. After that, we beat Yorktown 9-4 at Yorktown on April 23rd. We were down 4-2 after 5 innings. The Cougars scored 4 runs in the 6th inning and 3 more in the 7th. Stephen Walker, in 1 1/3 innings of a relief, picked up the win. Ethan Ortwine, Dylan Luther, and Brady Johnson had 2 hits apiece. Luther and Cooper Stafford had 2 RBIs each, and Jacob Welch stole 2 bases and scored 3 runs. So great job to them. And then after that, we lost to New Pal at New Pal, sadly, 7-1. On April 30th, Xander Cobb scored the lone run for the Cougars thanks to a Cooper Stafford RBI ground out. Lost to New Pal at home 9-0 on May 1st, so we're just going to pretend that didn't happen. And currently, Greenfield sits 6-7 overall and then 5-3 in the HHC as of 4/27. Next in action, Friday, May 2nd at Victory Field against Perry Meridian.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I mean, if there's one thing we hate, it's losing to New Pal.
Yeah, it's the worst. It's the worst.
Yeah.
In any sport.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's band or if you want to count that as sport or diving or anything. I hate losing to New Pal.
I know. So, unfortunately, a couple losses in New Pal. Good news that they aren't in the sectional, so we don't have to worry about that in postseason play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did they drop down to 3A like they did in basketball? Because
Yeah.
they were scared to lose to us.
That's word for word. Exactly it.
Mm-hmm.
But it will be cool. We are going to actually broadcast the Victory Field game tonight. So, in fact, if you want to take camera 1 or camera 3 here, this guy right here is going to be on the call alongside Jacob Van Osdel so that we can get that broadcasted out. If you can't make it out to Victory Field, obviously being in Indianapolis area. And the game is at 6, right?
I thought it was at 5 because
It might be at 5.
a lot of the baseball guys have to leave early.
Yes.
And Jake and I are leaving just a little bit early so we can get McDonald's. And then,
the priorities are in effect there.
Yeah.
So, if you can't make it out there, we're obviously going to have the broadcast for you tonight, which will be really cool to see. Yeah, 5 o'clock against Pan Meridian. So make sure you tune in if you can't make it out for that.
Yeah, 89.7 WRGF Greenfield. Please join us. It'll be a lot of fun.
That does wrap up April's month, but we do have some athletes to kind of highlight. So kick us off. Nick will take us away with our first name on the board. So who's our first athlete to highlight there, Nick?
First athlete, Addison Buckley. Okay, so champion at the 300 hurdles. At every event she's competed in so far. She won the 100 hurdles at Huron Catholic and Beech Grove Southport Tri-Meet.
Yeah, if we kind of look back on the highlights that we were reading through, her name stuck out a lot.
Yeah, she was in pretty much – I'm pretty sure she was in every single thing we had to read off, every single meet. Yeah, she's doing a great job. She's just winning.
Yeah. Congratulations to Addison Buckley there. So huge achievement for her. Hopefully we can continue seeing that in May. As postseason comes around the corner here too, why don't you tell us who that next athlete is as well, Nick?
Okay, Vaughn Quigley. Shout out Vaughn. Love that guy. Won most of his competitions at discus and even won in shot put against New Pal and Shelbyville. So he's a great athlete. Great athlete.
Great guy too, huh?
Yeah.
So Vaughn Quigley, congratulations. A major thrower, looks like, for our team. So that's great to see that he's been dominating in shot or discus and even getting some work done in shot put. And we love to see the win against New Pal there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then that final name, take us through there as well, Nick.
Okay, so the final name, Savannah Ryle. She's batting a .647 so far with 5 home runs to start off the year, and 20 RBIs and 19 runs scored on the season. So pretty good.
Yeah. Savannah Ryle is obviously doing a great job so far. Batting .647 is a huge number there. 5 home runs, outstanding. Leading the team in both RBIs, runs scored. So congratulations to Savannah in that aspect as well. And, it's great to see these athletes competing hard like that, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. They're doing a great job.
Representing the school well, doing everything that they need to do to get things done for our team, keep things rolling that way. So I think that's about going to wrap things up. Obviously, a little bit of a longer episode today due to the amount of information we had to cover in the month of April. Hopefully, we can see some more action in May. May, we're going to bring about some more postseason time. So tennis sectionals, both track and field sectionals are towards the middle to end of May. So hopefully we can get some competition winning aspects over there. I believe baseball and softball are both towards the end of May. We might have that in time. And then, of course, golf.
Yeah, we have county next week. And then we'll play Mount Vernon, New Pal, and Eastern Hancock. Hopefully we can pick up the win there. That'd be huge.
Mm-hmm.
And then sectionals and stuff like that's only at the end of May. Conference is right at the end, and then sectionals and regionals will be just bleeding into June. So
okay, well, good luck to you guys the rest of the way. Good luck to the rest of our athletes the rest of the way that way. Would love to see some more numbers being hung on our banners for sectional champs, things like that. Nick, you got any final closing thoughts for us as well?
Do
they need do we need to plug your channel for your Instagram for
Navic Flicks. Get you some photos. Navic Flicks on Instagram.
If you need some photo work, Nick Himes is here to help things out that way. But Corbin, it was a pleasure having you here today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, hopefully this was good to have you here. Hopefully you enjoyed this kind of stuff, doing this work.
Yeah, it's fun.
And considering the month of April, you just kept going, meh. It was meh.
Just being honest. People love honesty, let's be honest.
That's fair. Well, that will close things out with the Let's Talk Sports Monthly podcast. We'll be back with you once again at the end of May. Should be here with Mitch Gibson. We'll be back once again, I'm sure. But until then, make sure you guys tune in. Keep listening to us on WRGF. Greenfield will have the game tonight for baseball, so be sure to tune in for that. Be sure to check out our YouTube and check out all of our other things. And make sure you go out to these events. Track and field are doing well right now. Tennis team's doing well. Golf is doing well, as well as our softball, baseball teams. So make sure you're getting out there supporting Cougar athletes. But until then, thanks again. We'll see you guys at the end of May. So thanks for watching.